What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
I cheated in Mexico on my husband with a beautiful black man who I let bust my cheeks fast, not slow. No more wasting time. Let's get it.
I knew that it was over when I was in Mexico because he told me not to talk to him. He told me not to talk to him while I was on the trip with him. And I'm like, wow, like I'm really on this vacation with my husband in Mexico, the most beautiful place ever.
You gotta love the music, man. So dramatic.
And I can't talk to my husband. That means that there's no intimacy going on. That means ain't no touching, no hugging, no anything. This man put a pillow in between us. And at that point, I knew I deserved better. I knew that I gave him so many chances, more chances than what he needed. More chances that I had given anyone else. I knew that I had let him slide, even though the first week when we were talking, I should have cut him loose, but I kept him.
Okay. First week you were talking to him, you should have cut him loose? Like, you mean before you married him? Let's keep listening, man. There's parts to this. Part 2, let's go.
So I knew at that moment it was partially my fault that I was in this miserable relationship. When I say miserable, I mean a relationship that doesn't include intimacy and love, which is very important in a relationship. Just to have that affection and that close intimacy with a person. So when we was in Mexico, he told me not to touch him. I'm like, okay, cool.
Why? Why did he tell you not to touch him? Let's hear the reason, man. You just landed in Mexico and he said, don't touch me. By the way, don't touch me while we're out here.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
I can try, but I cannot make this shit up. Let's keep listening.
This man treated me like shit for 5 days. He treated me like shit. When I tell you he treated me like I wasn't worth anything, he treated me like shit, okay?
Why?
Like I was going to the bars, drinking by myself. He treated me like shit. And so I'm like, okay, cool.
She should stop pausing the effing video. My bad, bro. My bad. Then play it. Okay, I will. Damn it. Going to bars by yourself, married? Come on, man. Let's keep listening. My bad. Let's go.
Whatever. So on the 6th night of the vacation, I was on my way back to the hotel room by myself in Mexico.
Well, okay. That's part 2. Let's see. We got part 3 here. All right, guys. It sounds like she's about to get into the meat of the story here. No pun intended. But listen, the caption for this part 3 video is Divine Intervention. A fine, beautiful black man. Let's listen.
On my way back to the hotel room, and long and behold, there was this fine, beautiful black man. There was this fine and beautiful black man. I swear, I thought like God himself had sent me this guy. I'm like, oh.
The blasphemy. This chick's like, God sent a man for me so I could cheat on my husband.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
You can't make this shit up. You cannot. It's like some Tyler Perry shit, man. You guys know in those movies when they bring out the buff black dude who's about to take someone's girl or save the struggling woman from the streets. Exactly what was happening here. Speaking of being buff and in shape, it's about time I introduce the sponsor of today's video, Mac Work. Hey guys, I'm here with a friend of mine, Mac Work. He's a very well-known lifestyle specialist and fitness coach here in the Los Angeles area. He also runs a fitness camp called Wine and Work, where he incorporates like fitness and dance. Listen, this man right here, guys, I wouldn't bring somebody here who I haven't already vetted myself. He's changed many people's lives, including my own, when he helped me lose over 60 pounds in 4 months. I know what you're thinking. It sounds way too, they don't believe me, bro.
Nah. I know. When you said it,
Good thing I brought the receipts. Good thing I brought the facts. You guys can see, if you don't want to take my word for it, because I have my pictures here on the screen, he has Like you have so many of those before and after photos, but don't just take my word for it, man. Take a look at these insane before and after photos. The first time I stumbled on your IG page, I think it was like 2021. I was looking at these photos and I thought all of them were fake. I was just like, no, he's doing something here with these like photos, Photoshop. Do you Photoshop any of these photos? Could you let the people know?
No, sir. We don't Photoshop. We tag and we make sure that it's the real person there so that if you have any questions, you are more than welcome to ask them.
If you guys are tired of being disappointed of what you see when you look in the mirror, because I have to start with the superficial stuff because, you know, we're humans and it seems to be all we care about in the beginning. It turns into more than that. Of course, it's about bettering the quality of your life. It's about health, right? I mean, my life has been changed ever since. I was about 265 pounds, 60 pounds when I first signed up. Could you explain to the people real quick, Mac, what comes with the online program is what I really want to highlight here. The online fitness program.
Well, the thing I think that is most important is that it's not just a program. You actually have access to me, right? So if you have any questions, as a matter of fact, I leave some stuff out at the beginning so that you can actually ask me questions so that we can interact and build a rapport. The more you trust me, the more we can grow together. But the program comes with meal planning. It comes with weekly check-ins so that we're looking at your progress week to week, you know, before and after pictures. And as I mentioned at the beginning, being able to text me, being able to have that communication is very, very important to build the rapport. And then of course, weekly workouts where you can do the workouts on your own time because everybody's schedule is different. So that's the beauty of the program. Keep it very simple. And, you know, we make sure that we get the results. Yeah. They sound a little crazy, right?
Yeah, they sound crazy. They sound fake. But guys, let me tell you something, man. It was a difficult time for me when I got to my lowest point back in 2021. I remember sitting down and trying to do this by myself. And I think a lot of people underestimate. If you got to think about if you've never lost 60 pounds, if you've never lost 50 pounds, I don't know how much weight you want to lose. If you've never done it before, you might need some help. Even if it's just the accountability of having somebody on the other end there who's kind of like checking in on you. And it was that, and it was also the information and the meal planning, and he's there with you every step of the way. A lot of people may think like the online training thing isn't as effective as working with somebody one-on-one, but it's 2023, man. Get on this, capitalize on this, man. I brought him on here for a reason, to help you like he's helped me, guys. Make sure you hit that link, pin to the top of the comment, and sign up with Mac Work. He will change your life. He's changed mine. I appreciate you for coming on.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
All right, guys, welcome back. Listen, click that link and sign up with Mac Work. He will change your life. Let's keep listening.
Oh my God, he's tall, fine, beautiful, beautiful teeth, smell good. Like I was like sitting in the back of him, I can just smell like the cologne, like just coming my way. Nice watch, nice shoes. I was like, you know what? I think this is a sign. There's gotta be a sign, you know?
Oh, she's dead serious, bro. A sign from God for her to do this.
This man was tall. He was about, you know what I mean, like 4 of my husbands put together. I'm like, there's gotta be this.
Disrespect. 4 of my husbands put together. Yo, this is effed up. This is an effed up video.
A sign, because God told me he was going to double it.
Damn. Hold on. Is that a double entendre there I'm hearing? Double it? Are we still talking about the height? Or are we talking about the joystick? Yo, what?
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
I don't know if I can drink this coffee.
Anyways, so I started talking to this guy, and he had some nice conversation in the first, couple of minutes.
Let's check out part 4. Wow. Let's go.
As I'm smelling his cologne, it was some very good conversation. And so at that moment, I decided, you know what? You are overdue on intimacy, love, and everything else. Because at this point, I was done with my husband. Didn't care what the thought about me. Didn't give zero whatsoever. And so, you know what? I hung out with this tall, beautiful black man, and I had the best time of my life. And I swear, like, when I was with him, for me, I felt like I freed myself. I felt like I was trapped somewhere. And I know that, you know, mentally you're trapped, but sometimes.
Oh yeah, that man beat it senseless. With no sense.
Some good sex can bring you out of that shit. Make you to like wake up. And that was a moment where I woke up and I knew that I deserve love. I deserve affection. I deserve good intellectual conversation. I deserve a man that smells good, no salt taste. I deserve it all. And that's when I cheated on my narcissistic husband.
I'm running out of coffee. I don't have enough to get through this. All right. Let's see where the people are at right now. Let's check out some of these comments. Let's see where the people are at. First comment here from a woman says, "You go, sis." Oh, they're encouraging it. Here's another comment from a woman that says, "Overdue on intimacy. I am with you. I get it." Wow, this is wild. They're over here supporting her. Here's another chick that says, "I will not judge. Absolutely not. It was long overdue." Clapping emojis. Glad you got your woke up call. Wish I got mine sooner. So they're all like, damn, you're lucky. I want you guys to think of how different this would be if this was a man talking about how he cheated on his wife. Here's another comment that says, "A win is a win, sis." Look at that. Just supportive. Another woman here says, "Good for you, queen. You deserve to be happy and appreciated." On top of that, with the heart love emoji. Here's another comment from another woman that says, "You are a queen. And yes, God." I'm not sure if I can read this and still be safe. And I'm talking about spiritually, because these chicks really believe God sent this man so that this chick could get, so that this woman could get clapped. She goes on to say, "Yes, God put that tall, fine man in your path." Yo, this is wild. Another guy here responded back to that and says, "Y'all know that's blasphemy." No, he says, "Y'all know what blasphemy is?" And another man here says, "God doesn't participate in sin. Heck out of here." Another man says, "Satan did the sinful act." Laughing emojis. Don't put that on the Lord. See, this is why, man. If you've ever wondered how Eve ate that fruit, this right here. I'm sure when Eve stepped over to that fruit in the garden and got gamed up by the serpent, she started to think recklessly too. Here's another comment that says he bought it on himself. Okay. Another comment that says absolutely did what you needed to do. Look at this. Good for you, sis. Another comment, "I'm shook you did what needed to be done and I ain't mad at you." Another woman says, "If you've been here before, then you know. No judgment. I understand every word." So these chicks can relate, maybe because they also either did the same thing or wish they had the ability to follow through when they were thinking about it. Here's another comment from another woman that says, "The no salt taste was wild. I wasn't expecting that." Another woman says, "Is that a sign for me?" Oh, look. And we got a gentleman here who responded back who wants to help her follow through and says, "Where you at, mama? Where are you at?" Here's another comment from a man who says, "The double standards is real. If a man cheat, he's a dog. He ain't shit. But look at how many women commended her. She still was wrong, but I get it." Another comment says, "Imagine a man said this." Men are chiming in. "This video and these comments are teaching me a lesson. Teaching me a lot." Yep. Another comment here from another man says, "So how y'all doing now?" And he's talking about her and the guy she ran into. And another man says, "She ain't with him either." And he left the dead laughing emojis. Yeah. Like God brought this man strictly just so I could just get what I've been wanting for so long. There's more to the story, guys. Here's another part where she kind of gives more background. Let's get it.
So this is how I knew that my relationship with my husband was over. First, I feel like women, we break up mentally with a person. Before, the court papers are filed, we mentally break up with the person. And so I mentally broke up with my husband. I went to God. I told him, you know what? I do not want to be in this relationship anymore. It just takes me back to the song of R. Kelly. When a woman's fed up, it ain't nothing you can do about it, because my mind was already made up and I was at the point where I was ready to go. The day I knew I
This chick's quoting God and R. Kelly.
was fed up with my husband was a day I was with someone else intimately.
Okay, I want you guys to think of what was said there. The day I knew that I was done with my husband is the day I was with someone else intimately. When I talk about cheating and I say, you know, men and women cheat differently, and it's a lot easier for women to forgive a man for stepping out, and you as a man should make sure that a woman who you get with is willing to work through infidelity, because you may think you are amazing in all different types of ways and have extremely great self-control, but you may be in a situation where things happen. Right? Things happen. And you want to make sure that you have a woman who can understand. I'm not talking about the Derek Jackson cheating. I'm not talking about you having kids outside the relationship. I'm not talking about disease. I'm not talking about it's a reoccurring thing all the time. Shit does happen, man. I'm not talking about putting up with the cheating man. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a situation where things can be worked through. And I know women don't like to hear this, and a lot of guys. But there are women out here who are currently with the man who things have happened. They've moved on. I'm not telling guys to cheat. And please, don't cheat on your partner. Does it happen? Yes. I'm sorry. That's the world we exist in. Now, moving on. For women, it's a lot different. Yes, there are men out here who've tried to work things out after a woman has cheated, but in a lot of cases, bro, what did she say? She said after committing that act, she was able to bond with that man and know that she's completely done with her husband. That's most women. Once they let another man inside of them, they get overtaken by those bonding chemicals, and they aren't attached to their man the same way. There's that. There's also the jealousy aspect. And I'm not saying it's impossible to forgive a woman for cheating. I'm saying the second part of it is the type of man turns into after his woman steps out. That jealousy that is in men, how they're protective over their women, is usually not the type of man that's conducive for a healthy relationship in most cases. And so it depends at the end of the day. But again, here's proof that a lot of the times when these chicks step out, they're gone, right? She belongs to that man now, because the way she's describing the type of work he put in, that's no longer his girl. All right, so a couple more videos here and then we're done. Let's get it.
Did I tell my husband that I cheated? I am a very honest female, and for me in a relationship, honesty is very important to me. So I always tell my husband, if I cheat on you, I'm gonna tell you. That's how I feel like a married couple should be. It should be honesty. And so when I came back from this big, beautiful black man, I'm telling you, we walked on the beach with our toes. I can still remember my toes in the sand, the coat, everything I wanted to do in Mexico that week. I did it in one night with this man. And so that morning, because I didn't get back to morning, because at that point I gave zero f- anybody, including my ex, had to say about me. He was my ex-husband at this point. So I came back to the room, and of course this doing some shit. He locked the hotel door, like he bolted the right. So I'm knocking on the door, banging on the door, and I'm just at this point, it just felt like I just got a happy shot. When I went to Mexico, I was low.
Happy shot. Back shots, what?
This is my first time, 35 years old, so I felt great at this point. At this point, I walk inside the hotel room, and you know, my ex, he couldn't tell me shit. He couldn't tell me not a thing. And I'm like, you know what? I cheated on you. And I told him everything. He said he didn't care. I'm like, cool.
Yeah, I'm always skeptic when I hear stories where people don't share the other side, or don't say one time that like, hey, here's some things I did wrong in this relationship. When I don't hear that at least once or twice, I'm like, there's something you're hiding here. Tell us what you did that made this man change, because he wasn't always like this, right? Maybe he just became a monster out of nowhere. I don't know. Doesn't sound like how things usually go. There's two sides to all stories. Final video here. Let's listen.
Self-care is very important in a relationship. After all is said and done, I can go back, I can laugh about, you know, how I screwed this random fine on a vacation with my husband there. It sounds pretty. It made me evaluate myself. I was at a point in my life where I was that low that I slept with someone else. And for me, that wasn't my typical behavior. I'm 35 years.
Cap.
Oh, I I never did a one night stand. And so for me, I realized how low I was and how empty I was, and the importance of me doing that self-care work, and the importance of me evaluating everything around me. I had to evaluate my current relationship with my ex-husband, my relationship with my kids, my friends, my job, and how I was spending my time, and why I was in a place where I was this low. So yeah, self-care was very important to me following that.
Are we really going to put that experience in the self-care category? I'm out, bro. Listen, as always, man, I appreciate you for checking out yet another episode of The Coffee Pod. Leave your thoughts, comments down below. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.